Welcome to the abbreviated form of the Housing Savage Guide. New plots are being added with patch 5.35. Specifically, we are getting 3 new wards, labeled 22, 23, and 24 on each of the 4 current residential districts. This means that each server will be getting a total of 72 new large plots and 168 more medium plots. Before I get started, I want to say that any likes and subscribes truly go an extremely long way to helping me, especially as a smaller creator, and are immensely appreciated. So hopefully you consider hitting that subscribe button and smashing that bell. Am I saying that right? So I'm not going to bore anyone with saying that getting a house is one of the most competitive, if not the most competitive part of Final Fantasy XIV, just due to scarcity. But believe me when I say that I know many people will be using every single tip and trick in this guide, so make sure that you steel yourself for that. If you want a more verbose information, please refer to my prior Housing Savage Guide, as this is intentionally made very brief. My first point is also going to be one of the most important points. All plots added in these new wards are open to everyone. There will be no timer placed on the houses, meaning that the only requirements to purchase one of these houses immediately is the standard housing requirements, meaning you need to be level 50, and secondly you need at least second lieutenant or higher standing in your grand company. And specifically for free company houses, if you're buying a house for the free company itself must be rank 6. My second point is that if you already own a house and you are planning to relocate that house to this new plot, you must ensure that your house is valid to relocate. Otherwise, you will hit an error message and not be able to relocate. Specifically, the common error is that people will not have enough room in their storeroom to have all of their items in their house stored into the storeroom, plus the items they already had in the storeroom. So how you can check to make sure that you're valid to relocate is go into the Housing tab, then Estate Settings, then Free Company Estate, and then Storeroom Status. This is going to give you a window that will let you know, are you actually valid to be able to transfer this particular house. And likewise, if you're getting a no or an X here, make sure to fix that before you go any further, because you will hit an error message at the housing sign and few things feel as bad. My third point is that I strongly recommend everyone to keep the maximum amount of gil on your character for the plot type that you're aiming for. 4 million gil if you're going for smalls, 20 million gil if you're going for medium, 50 million gil for large. Don't get caught in the situation where you have a medium plot open in front of you, but you're 1 million gil short. Make sure that you carry on your character, not in a retainer, but on your character, the maximum amount of gil. My fourth point is that you must be prepared to log in immediately when the servers open up. And I mean immediately. Maintenance is set for patch 5.35 to start at 10 p.m. PDT on October 12th, and then go all the way until 3 o'clock a.m. PDT on October 13th. Notice that the time zone is in PDT, so always check your time zone and determine what time that actually is in your particular time zone. My recommendation is, once the servers open up, to spam the world button from the launcher over and over again, which will show you the server status screen. Hit the close button, hit the world button, check the server status screen, hit the close button, rinse and repeat this a few times, essentially non-stop until the servers are open or until you get in. This is going to be the fastest way to update your launcher with the information necessary. Again, it was stated during the live letter that the servers will not come up early, but make sure you do whatever you can to get in that queue ASAP. My fifth point is to open the launcher ahead of time and get patch 5.35's contents downloaded. Patch 5.35 is not just housing, it is bringing in features like the Bojin Southern Front, which is very likely a significant download. Do not wait until the last minute to open up your launcher, prepare ahead of time. My sixth point is for you to close every application that you can on your PC, stop any download that you have going on your PC, including auto updates, until you are finished obtaining the house, then turn them back on. Remove any barriers to your PC's processing power and internet connection. The seventh point that I'm going to make is, depending on your hardware, transfer Final Fantasy XIV's files over onto a solid state drive if it is not already there. Loading times are extremely important, since you will need to transfer to new wards, Ethernet shards, and potentially even different cities. My eighth point is very important, do not avoid this. Create a busy macro and use it immediately when you are in game. This busy status prevents people from being able to disrupt you on your way to the plot through methods such as forcing a trade. My macro is on the screen right now, and please try and make your own. Ninth point is to use mobile classes such as Dragoon with backflips, Dancer dashes with Peloton, and Ninja dashes. Dragoon, Dancer, Ninja. These should be the top 3 that you're looking at. Very important to note is that these mobility abilities are all on their own unique cooldown, so you can swap from Dragoon after you use a backflip to Ninja, use its 2 dashes, to Dancer, and use all of their mobility abilities when others are on cooldown. I do recommend making class change macros for this. Keep it as simple as you can. My 10th point is also extremely important. You need to plan where you are going to log out before maintenance happens. Are you going to log out in the city-state by the Central Aetheryte in Lemsa-Lominsa or Kugane? Or are you going to log out in the residential ward right by the wall that you're going to walk into? Remember, you are logging out somewhere that is not the ward that you want to be in, but you want to be at a nearby location to quickly change wards. My 11th point is also probably the most important point. Create a very clear plan. This is going to be absolutely essential. So in the plan, first of all, you need to state what house are you going to try and get first? What house are you trying to get second? So on and so forth. I recommend having at least 10 houses in your plan. Yes, 10. Make sure that you don't leave everything up in the air. The detailed plan should also be fleshed out to include things like travel time, Aetheryte names and locations, and what job macro you're going to use to say swap from Dancer Dragoon to Ninja at any given moment. In this plan, I absolutely would include the exact job you're going as, because Ninja's mobility is going to be slightly different than Dancer's, and you should even plan from point A to point B, I need 2 Dancer dashes. From point C to point D, I need a Dragoon backflip. Don't leave anything up in the air. My 11th point is, now that you have a plan, practice it. Practice it as much as you possibly can before the maintenance happens. Ideally, you want to have this as instinctual and base to you as possible. Practice turning on that busy macro. Practice swapping with macros from Dragoon to Dancer to Ninja following your plan. Practice logging in through the launcher, getting to the character select and logging into a residential district ward to later change to the proper ward. Practice the Aetheryte shard pathing. Make this as base and simple as you can. Lastly, my final point is to steel yourself for the reality that there's an extremely high chance that you will not get your dream plot. This is why I said make a plan and practice it. You will not have time to rage on Discord to your friends or break down in tears because 30 other people raced to the same plot as you wanted. Fact is, there is a lot of competition here. You might only get your 8th or 9th pick of houses. So that is all for this guide, and I hope that the more brief format helps people out. As always, any likes and subscribes go an extremely long way to helping me out and are tremendously appreciated as a smaller creator. I hope to catch you in my next video, and have a great day and best of luck in patch 5.35 Housing Savage.